not going to introduce new thing. But actually, what I want more is that at the end of this presentation, everyone to go out or to leave with useful ideas, techniques, and strategies.
Could you
Yes.
please check the mic? Because there is, I think there's a sound. I mean, or.
I think it's okay with me. I don't know about the. Is it okay now?
No, it's okay. Yes.
Okay.
I'm sorry that if I.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. As I said, that at the end, I hope that you come out with techniques, strategies, ideas that could be applied in your classrooms and reflect positively on your teaching and your students' learning. Also today, I'm not intending to present new information because Google, as you know, YouTube, are full of very useful articles and talks about such topics. Even I believe that many of you could be better than me in talking about such topic. What I really want to do is opening a discussion. I believe all attendees have enough experience and knowledge to share with others. And I will be controlling the discussion, and at the end, I may introduce what I have prepared, but I hope that you enjoy what I'm gonna present, and I'm sure that everyone will, because I'll not be the one who is telling everything. Will be listening from everybody. So let's go. I'll share my screen with you. Is my screen clear?
Yeah.
Okay. As you see, the title of the presentation or the workshop is Inspire Your Class with Active Learning. And before going to the active learning, let's ask some questions. What is knowledge? What can we say about knowledge? What do you mean by knowledge? Yes? Any ideas? When we say this word, knowledge, what do you mean? As I told you, I need to listen from you.
The first one, I think that there is a problem with you.
So they are not hearing me?
Like stretching. I mean.
Now.
I think you can make your camera off, no problem. I think you're using your mobile.
But I'm using different device for the camera, Faisal. Now it's off.
Yeah, it's okay now.
Okay. Andres is here to help me. I'll open the door. Okay, he left. Okay, is it clear now? Is my voice clear? Faisal.
Yeah, the voice is clear, but the problem goes and comes. I mean,
I'm not using the cam. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Voilà. مين يسكرني؟ بشوف فيصل. Mr. Faisal. Hello.
We can hear you.
I think there is a problem with the adjusting of the meeting, because we cannot hear each other. I mean, the attendees cannot hear me.
No, they can hear you, guys. So please, if you feel that Sultan's voice is okay, you can write me number 9 in the chat box. I can hear you well.
I can hear you.
Yeah. We received many nines. Okay, come on.
Guys, can you hear me, guys?
It's from your side. I think it's from your side, not from my side. I'm in a cave right now. Yeah. I think, yeah, it's like your headset issue.
My headset is going well. Let me change the I'll use my mobile.
That's okay. You can carry on.
Abu Falah, can you solve the problem? Can you come here?
Yeah, everyone can hear you. No problem. Okay, no problem. Go ahead.
Oh, أنت تسمعني يا أبو فلاح؟ اوكي 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 ابو محمد Mr. Faisal.
Yeah, yeah.
Faisal, it seems
Yeah.
that the problem they are hearing me but they cannot reply. It's not the problem is not with my settings. Let me a minute here.
You mean reply in the chat box to your questions? We answered you, but maybe you have problem when you share your PowerPoint that you cannot see the chat box. No, they reply to your questions in the chat box.
Because Abdullah is here with me and saying I cannot talk to him.
I think he needs to refresh. Okay, can you go ahead, please?
Everything is okay. I'm teaching my students. Open the head.
Yeah, I am muted.
Can you guys give me a minute?
A minute,
Just a
minute.
minute.
Because if I give the floor,
muted by the organizer, yeah.
So I will guys, I will open the mic.
It's muted by you, I guess. So you are muting everybody.
Yes, I muted everybody because
except
do you want them to?
Yeah, I want them to participate. Yeah, this is the reason behind.
Because they write the answers in the chat box. Okay, no problem.
I prefer that they speak with me.
Okay, wait.
Okay, go ahead. Now it's okay.
You want them to speak? Okay, I'm sorry, because I feel that you want them to write in the chat box.
No.
Okay, now everyone can speak.
Yeah, can you hear me? Sorry about that.
Hello.
So let's go to the.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, let's go to the question. What do you mean by knowledge?
We can hear you very well.
Okay, good. What do you mean by knowledge? When we say knowledge, what do you mean by that?
Information shared.
Knowledge is awareness about something. It's knowledge is awareness about something.
Okay. What else?
Okay, guys, just to organize things, if you want to reply, please raise your hand, and he will see. Okay, I think that it's better.
Okay, I'll go directly to this. Knowledge, by knowledge, we mean two things. We have two types of knowledge. We have what is called declaration knowledge. It's the knowledge about something. For example, you know the grammar rule. You can explain it. You can say how people can use it. And we have another knowledge called procedural knowledge. The knowledge how to use something. You know how to use the grammar rule. So example, if we talk, for example, take a grammar rule like example present simple. So if you have the declaration knowledge, you can say that we can build the sentence like that. We have subject, verb, example plus s plus object. But procedural knowledge is important because you need to know how to use it in your writing and in your reading.
You mean, Doctor, perspective and descriptive knowledge?
Yeah, it's similar to that. Yeah, but it's just the difference in terminology.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, the next question. What is learning style? What do you mean by learning style?
Okay, we have different learning styles.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
We have three different learning styles: visual learning styles, audible learning styles, and kinesthetic learning styles.
Very good. Yeah, this is what I mean. Yeah. I'll go directly to my. I'll go
also
directly
reading and writing styles.
Okay, this is what we mean by style. So different students have different style. So not all the students learn in the same way. And usually these are the most important styles, visual styles, where students learn more when they see pictures, graphs, images, so they can learn better. Other students are auditory learners. So they learn better when they listen, when they discuss, when they debate. Other students are kinesthetic learners. They use they need to move. They learn more when there is a movement. So this is the most important thing. The most important thing, we understand that every student is unique. Every student has his own style in learning things. Third question, what does it mean to teach for you? You are teachers.
Can you see the hand?
Okay, can I answer?
Yeah, please go ahead.
To teach, in my point of view, is to make a difference in to the learners according
Yeah.
to knowledge.
That's good. Other answer? Can we listen to other answer?
So can I answer?
Yeah, please go ahead.
So to teach, I think that is to give someone knowledge, some information, and some cases is to instruct how to do these things, like to be a teacher and to be a mother, to teach something.
You are right. You are right. You are right.
Can
Let's
I
have a
add
look at.
something?
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead.
For me, to teach is to channelize learning in any field.
Channelize
From
learning in any
teacher
field.
to learner. Yes, from the teacher to the learner. So fields can be multiple.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All that are right.
And can I add something?
Excuse me, can I? Yes.
Okay. The last one. Go ahead. Tell me.
To,
I
to,
think teaching
to
is.
make a change in the
I'm sorry.
learner's attitude.
Okay,
Sorry.
good. That's also right. Let's look at the question I have prepared. According to the Cambridge Dictionary, to give someone knowledge or to train someone, to instruct someone. This is the dictionary's meaning.
Definition.
Definition. Teaching is the process of attending to students' needs, experience, and feelings, and making specific intervention to help them learn better. So as you know, as you see, I am coloring this with blue. So attending to needs. This is the most important thing. You need to know your students' needs and experience their schemata, their background knowledge. So if you know their needs, this is very crucial. What do your students need, and what is their background? And also another factor matters a lot, their feelings towards you, the school, the course. And then you make intervention to help them learn. The last question, what does it mean to learn? So we have discussed what does it mean to teach. What does it mean to learn?
Knowledge.
Yeah, tell me.
To acquire knowledge.
To gain more knowledge.
To gain more knowledge. Okay, good.
To gain more information.
Mr. Sultan, there are hands raised. You can see them.
Hello.
Actually, I'm because I'm sharing my screen, and I have full screen with my presentation, so I cannot see that. Okay. Go ahead. Tell me.
Can I answer?
Yeah, please go ahead.
To learn means to show some change in your skills.
Yeah, to what?
To show some change in your skills.
To
It
show
may be
some
language
changes in your
skills.
skills. Okay, that's right. Definitely right. Let's look at what does it mean to learn. In the Cambridge dictionary definition, to get knowledge or skills. Could you please mute your if you are not participating? If you are not participating, mute your mics. Faisal. Abu Muhammad. Can you please, can you mute your mic, please? Okay. Faisal,
Yes, yes.
please, could you tell them to mute their mic if they are not participating?
Okay, just mind them because you asked me to unmute them. Then, so if you want me to mute them,
No, I mean if they are not participating, what they are. Okay, now it's okay. So this is to gain knowledge or skill, to get a knowledge or skill by studying, practicing, being taught or experience something, to cause something, or to be in your memory studying. So you can see here the blue words: gain knowledge, gain skill, something in your memory by studying, to find out something. This is what we mean by, and this is our job. Our job to help our students to achieve these things. Something happened to my presentation because of. Sorry about that. So the next question: what do we mean by SAL? What do we mean by SAL? What do you think? I'll show you some questions. I'll show you some pictures. I want you to give me sentences about the pictures. Then we can reach the definition about SAL. This picture, what does it mean to you? In one word or two words?
Yes, yes.
Is it teacher?
Yeah.
What?
Students active learning, I think.
Student active learning. Okay, what else? Any other participation? Please, when you finish participating, unmute yourself.
Busy mind.
Busy mind. Okay, what else?
Acquire language.
Students acquire language. Okay, I'll go directly. This is one of the features of student active learning. It
Multitasking.
A lot of preparation. This means a lot of preparation from the teacher side. If you are applying student active learning, or what's called student-centered learning, you need to do a lot of preparation before going to the class. If you are not preparing well, you will not be able to apply student active learning in your class, because you need to prepare a lot of tasks, a lot of activities that students can do in the classroom. Next picture. What do you think?
It's a teamwork.
Teamwork could be good.
Yes, this woman could be a teacher who instructs others, and they are doing some project.
Okay.
Everyone is participating.
Learning by doing.
Learning by doing. Okay.
Children are interacting with each another.
Children are interacting. Okay, all these are correct. This picture presents another feature of student active learning, which is called problem-based learning, problem-solve-based learning, or inquiry-based learning. And also, as you said, cooperative learning is there, or learning by doing is there. All these are important feature of student active learning, and we need to consider that when we are in the classroom. Next picture, what do you think?
They are observing, they are approving, they're having fun.
Exploring.
Focusing.
Okay.
Yeah,
what?
Focusing and understanding.
Focusing. Okay, focusing.
Researching. They're doing some research.
Okay, this is all what you have said is the right thing. The teacher here is encouraging curiosity. Students are exploring, questioning, seeking information, and these are important also features of student active learning. If you want your students to learn, you need to support these things. What do you think about this picture? What does it mean to you?
It's their professions, their future professions. That means our task should be based on the real world that we could prepare them for their future.
Fantastic. Very good. Okay. What else?
I think it means students have different hobbies and interests.
Okay. Okay. That's right.
Differentiation.
Okay.
Maybe
This is
role
yes.
playing.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Last
It's
part.
different abilities.
Different abilities. Yeah.
Designing
Okay. This is
the
what
lesson according to the different abilities of students.
you are right.
Differentiation.
100% right. Good. So this picture presents a very important feature of student active learning. It's that every student is unique. Different students have different needs, and they have different hobbies. And we need, as teachers, we need to attend to their needs in our preparation and when we start our classes in their classrooms. Another picture. Actually, I am presenting the feature of SAL or the meaning. When we talk about features, we talk also about meaning. What does it mean?
Jigsaw skill.
Yeah, this is jigsaw skill. But what does it mean for student active learning?
Integrated. The learning is considered to be integrated part. Everybody should be participate to share.
Yeah. Definitely right. Yeah. What else?
Can I add something?
Collaborate.
Sultan?
Please go ahead. What?
I think learning through games are better than any means of learning.
Okay, learning through games. Also, someone mentioned cooperative learning. All these are correct. So this picture also present a feature of student active learning. Like learning through games is very important, and learning is cooperative. Cooperative learning is important in this type of learning.
As I said, Dr. Sultan.
Yes, tell me.
As I said, learning through games are easier for students.
Yeah. And it's fun for
and students can adapt like more easily.
Yeah. Totally right. Okay, the last picture is here. I think it's written there. We have teamwork. We have help. Everybody is helping everybody. So teacher is helping students. Students are helping students. There is a trust between teacher and students. Trust between students and students. Support. Everybody is supporting each other. And we come to the definition. What do we mean by student active learning? It's a broad range of teaching strategies which engage students as active participants in their learning during class with their instructor. Typically, these strategies involve students working together during class, but may also involve individual work. You can see here the red words. So SAL means teaching strategies. It means also engaging students in the classroom. It means also working together. But at the same, there is a kind of individual work. Let me ask you a question. What do you usually do in the first class? First class in the semester. So let's say that you are starting semester 1 or semester 2. Usually in the first class, the first time you meet your students, what do you do?
Introduction. Yes, to ask about their names, their life.
Okay, you introduce yourself
Introduce
and
myself with my students.
Get to know my students.
Icebreakers. Okay. Manner. Okay, all that is correct.
I think get to know my students, their what they prefer, what kind of learning style they like, or.
Yes, this is a very good answer. Okay, what else?
Set the ground rules.
Is it? Let me ask you this question. Is it important to set the rules or to tell them about the rules about the college or the school rules in the first class?
Yes, it is very important.
Yeah.
All the rules.
I mean
Depending on the
setting the ground
Yes?
rules, the effective participation rules, I mean. So if you
Ah.
effectively participate, you will get bonus. If you have done this work, you will get bonus. This way to set the ground rules.
Tell the students
Because
what's the
as they
goal of
say
this
always,
of the course.
first impression counts. And also they say first impression, last impression. So you want to leave. But this is important. You should leave a very positive impression on the students.
Yeah,
First thing. Yeah, tell me.
Yeah, Doctor, as you said that, the first crucial, step is introducing first yourself as a teacher. As you said that the first impression is the last impression. Of course, this is so crucial. First of all, you should introduce yourself in a very positive way to let students to know you. And the other thing is, of course, you should let students to introduce themselves, because you need to make a very deep connection. Once you make a very stress-free and nice
very interesting.
And all these things. That's it.
The two things you have mentioned, these are essential. First, you should introduce yourself, and then ask your students to introduce themselves. And then also you can bring activities to help students know each other. As someone mentioned, icebreaker activities. So you ask students to do activities to get to know each other, and then you can give students time also to ask you questions, free questions, any question. When you start telling them about yourself, don't tell them about your family, don't tell them about personal things. Let them ask you about that. Let students ask you, tell them about your name, what you are teaching, and actually, giving students the rules. Our colleagues told us not the colleague rules or the school rules. Tell them about the course rules, maybe the teaching rules you are following in your class. It's a good idea, but telling them about the rules of the colleague from the first day, I don't agree with that. So also, it's a good idea to be early there, to meet your students at the door, shake hands, welcoming them. Try to prepare a game. Try to make the first class as fun as possible. But
now
be strict.
It's virtual now. Everything is virtual.
Even virtually, you can do that virtually. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not? Because Microsoft Team is giving you a lot of features.
Build a good rapport.
Even games, groups, everything is there. So what could be applied in the classroom could be applied online.
Exactly.
But it will not be as effective as when you have your students in your class. Okay, let's look at the challenges. What do you think? What are the challenges we face as teachers to apply student active learning?
There might be some students who are not cooperative sometimes.
Yeah, students are not interested in that. Okay.
That they don't want to participate, or they prefer to have lunch, or instead of putting their cameras on, they don't want to focus on it.
Yeah, you are right. Yeah, students sometimes don't want to participate.
Also,
yes,
it needs some kind of language, so it doesn't work for beginners.
Okay, beginners sometimes face difficulty, language difficulty.
Yeah, face difficult. Well, yeah, because they need to communicate and they need to have at least basic language rules.
Yes. Let's listen to the last one.
We want our student to think out of the box, to give fresh responses, new ideas, and to solve problems.
Thinking out the box. Okay, good.
Yes.
They might use mother tongue.
Okay, let's have a look at what I have prepared. Sometimes you are facing students, you are having students who are facing other issues. Like example, family difficulties, like poverty, for example. Or example, if we are talking about online teaching, those students who are using their mobiles, don't have laptops, don't have a place to study in. This is one of the challenges you may face to apply such strategy. Students are afraid of making mistakes. Students usually, especially when it comes to a foreign language like English, students are afraid of making mistakes, especially in front of other students. Students do not see benefits of your class. This example, some teachers fail to communicate the purpose of their classes, so students get dismotivated because they don't see the benefits of the classroom.
Or that they got accustomed to the other teacher. That they got accustomed to the other teacher and they want to still having the last teacher they had. And it's like, oh, I don't want to accept this teacher that I'm having right now.
Yeah, you are right. Also, some students think that you are being unfair. What do you mean by unfair? Unfair being you are unfair with them. You are asking them a lot of questions. You are asking them to do a lot of homework. You are asking them to do a lot. You are not explaining well, but you are asking them to do a lot, and you are blaming the students. So some teachers are unfair with the students. They don't teach them well, but when it comes to the product, they ask them to do a lot of things. Students are apathetic, lack of interest. They are not interested in your class for many reasons. You are using maybe boring strategies. You are not considering different students' needs. You are not considering their hobbies. You are not respecting them because you don't. Sometimes you say yes. What?
Lack of motivation.
Lack of motivation. Yeah. Last one, students are not connected. Totally not connected. Sometimes you find students in the classroom not connected totally to the classroom or to what is being taught there, and there are many. Yes,
they are indifferent.
They are in different world.
For what I have been teaching.
Oh, yeah. But these are the challenges. How can we solve these challenges? How can we deal with them? Let's take example, the first one. If we say that students facing issues, outside issues, how can you solve it? You need to know your students. How can we do that? Can you tell me? Do you have suggestions? So let's say students facing different family.
Really talk and understand the student first, and let him or her tell you what he's facing or what his problem is. Then you can understand him and solve the problem.
Good. So learning students' names. Yes.
We want to know our because we will have a remedial work, for example, in the future, if we have a mixed abilities in the classroom.
Good, you're right. So example, learning students' names, hobbies, interests, that will help.
Also, Dr. Sultan.
Yes. Tell me.
Excuse me, Dr. Sultan. Also, knowing their learning styles is very important.
Sure. Learning their learning style, their needs, their names, their hobbies. That will help. That students will feel that you care about them. You care about their studies.
Yeah, and asking the help of social worker also important in solving their
actually
problems.
you can play this role. You can do that because teachers are qualified to do that, to deal with such difficulties. Okay, number 2, we talked about students afraid of making mistakes. So the strategy or the solution is to reduce the fear. How can we reduce the fear? From the first class, as we said.
We motivate the students to be communicative inside the classroom.
Okay, this is one
you should make the student comfortable.
Good. So telling them that everybody is making mistakes, even me, I make mistakes, and I am talking with you not because I am I am expert in that, because I have done a lot of practice. So for example, how I am doing this presentation? Did I come directly and I started doing this presentation? No, I did a lot of practice. I did a lot of research before coming and doing this presentation. It's the same. Tell them that everybody is making mistakes and it's okay. You can make mistakes. Even native speakers, when they speak English, they make mistakes. Make it clear to them. I make mistakes, but sometimes you cannot get these mistakes, but I make mistakes. And it's okay. And try not to correct every mistake for the students. So now you will be reducing the fear and you're supporting them to prepare, because they say the most important thing, if you want people or your students to study something, ask them to talk about that. So example, let's say I want my students to learn how to use example present perfect. Instead of introducing it, doing activities in the classroom, I ask my students, please go home today. This is our topic, prepare, and you and you and you. I want you to come and tell us teach your colleagues, and then you start discussion about that, because this is very important.
We can only correct global mistakes that hinder understanding only.
Yeah, you are right. You are right. Okay, let's go to number 3. Number 3, that students cannot see benefit from your class, so you need to sell it. So they sometimes they say the best teachers are the best sellers, those who can sell their course. How to sell the course? You say my course is important because of that or that, and that will help you to do that and that. Connect your course, connect your class with their interest, with their future. If they are interested, if they are concerning more about getting jobs, tell them how important it is to get job. Or if they are concerned about, let's say they like football. Example, how important it is to study English or to study this course, to example, to watch example the European leagues, European footballs, or how to do what they like. So the best you sell your course, the best your students study from you. Every student is unique, as we said, as we discussed, that every student is unique, and students have different interests. So please try. Teachers need to attend to all students' needs, all students' interests, in order to help them to improve. Otherwise, they will not improve. Gamify your learning. How can you gamify your learning? Simply use games. You need to use games. Always we say games is fun. So, and it doesn't mean that you need to use complicated games. Anything could be a game. Even asking questions could be a game. Even if you are giving exam, you could make it as a game. If you are offering points, offering example, tell them if you answer 5 questions today, you will get that. I'll give you a mark, or I'll give you, if you have simple gifts for them. Always try to make from every activity a game, and it's easy. It needs a preparation, but you can do it. And the last thing for the last one, students are not connected. You can give your students a say. Let them decide. This is very important. If you want to engage your student, let them decide, even with simple things. Example, at the beginning of the class, tell them, how do you want to sit? Do you want to sit in groups or in pairs, for example? Tell them, at least give them. Do you want me to finish the class at example 8:45 or 8:40? Just give them 5 minutes. If you want to do something in the class, ask your students to suggest you what to do. So if they know that their voice is heard, they will be very connected to the classroom. So regarding the literature, yes, tell me.
I want to remind you that you still have 5 minutes, and then we'll open discussion.
Okay. I'll go quickly. So the literature. This is literature. Example, we have Albert Einstein saying the only source of knowledge is experience. Let your students experience everything. John Holt saying that learning is not product of teaching. Learning is the product of activity. Again, practice. John Dewey, education is not an affair of telling and being told. It's an active and constructive process. And if you see that this is the SAL conceptual framework, so we start with planning. You need to plan everything. Then the input process. I'll go quickly because I have five minutes. Then the output. Then you get the feedback, and you follow this what we have discussed in the previous. I guess you have heard about these theories: behaviorism, constructivism, cognitivism, humanism. Have you heard about these theories?
Yes, sir.
What do you think? Which ones, or which one is, let's say, which one doesn't go with student active learning? Which one doesn't go with the
behaviorism?
Yes?
Constructivism, sir.
Instructivism.
Behaviorism.
Constructivism, yeah? Behaviorism, Muhammad?
I think so.
Yeah, I
think
agree.
constructivism.
Behaviorism doesn't go with student active learning because behaviorism, as you saying that learning built on conditioning learning, and they assume that the learner is passive, just he is receiving information. But with constructivism, they say that learners receive information, but they construct. They use their schemata. They use their background knowledge and what is introduced to them to come out with theories. For the cognitivism, the learner is viewed as informal processor. He is processing, again, as constructing. He is informing. He is using his mind to process information. Humanism, they say that learning is a personal act as a reply to a need. They need something, so they study. So if we take these three, constructivism, cognitivism, humanism, these three go with SAL, but behaviorism, because the behaviorism theory, the learner is passive. Here, the learner is active. And this is the rationale. Why we use? Why shall we use SAL? Why shall we use student active learning? You can see here example. If for reading and hearing words, 10% of what we read, we tend to remember. If we read something, we tend to remember 10%. But if we hear words, we tend to this is based on research, 20%. But if you look down here, if we do something, whether by dramatization, by presentation, if you ask your students to present something, they tend to remember 90% of what they have presented, what they have talked about. The same here. If you see retaining students, if you are using SAL, you can retain students up to 60 minutes and they're still active. But if you are using traditional strategies, directly your students' attention will drop. These are statements. I prepared them just to discuss them, but there is no time. I still have 3 minutes only. So I read them quickly. Just because you have said it doesn't mean they have learned it. Some teachers go to the classroom, say what they have prepared, and go out. That doesn't mean learning doesn't happen there. Colleague teaching and lecturing have been so long associated because most of you, I think, teaching in universities and college. And what is associated with that the teacher go there, stand on the stage, present something, then it's done. And it's but the idea should, as we are teaching language, we are teaching English, could it be like that? Use it or lose it. If you want to study a language, your students should use it. The more I talk, the less my students understand and learn. So always, good teachers give more time, most of the time in the class for students to practice the language. So they minimize their time of speaking. As I said, strong teachers do not teach content. Google has content. YouTube has content. But strong teaching connects learning in a way that inspire kids or learners to learn more and strive for greatness. So what's our job? Our job is to help our students to search for information and help them how to do that. Not spoon feeding them, because it's, as you said, this is a Chinese saying. I hear, I forget. I hear, and see. I remember. I hear, see, and do. And understand, and remember. So if I hear something, see it, do it, I understand it, and remember it. But just hearing it, easy to forget. To conclude, sorry, I went quickly through the last. I meant to discuss that with you, but there is no time, as Faisal said, and now I think time is over. But let's say effective teachers are those who show their students where to look, but don't tell them what to see. So teachers show where to look, not what to see. Thank you. So sorry for what happened at the beginning of the presentation.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. Now, please, if you have questions, okay, I will share the link for attendance and feedback in the chat box. I already shared it. Now, please raise your hand, and you can open your mic, please. So we have 10 minutes for questions and answers. So please, if you have questions, so you can raise your hand, please. Dr. Sultan, can you see the hands raised? So
yeah, I'll be able.
Oh, now stop sharing, and now we can ask them.
Yes, I see first the Agwala and Sangeeta. Okay, it's okay. Okay, Agwala, go ahead. Tell me.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, it's Ujjwala from India.
Okay.
I just want to put my input regarding the mistakes, about the mistakes point we have discussed earlier, that the students are making mistakes. In real sense, students are making mistake in short, that means they are trying. Mistakes are the indications that the students are trying at least. They are trying, they are making mistakes.
You are right.
We are not supposed to blame them, and we are not supposed to find out the nook and falls from there. What they are doing, they are doing mistakes. That means they are trying, and then teacher's role starts to correct them. We are there to lead them.
Even indirectly, the teacher can correct that indirectly. If the example, if the student mispronounce a word, you can pronounce it correctly, and the students will understand it.
With the students, we have to make them comfortable. We have to try to assess their interest, because each and every individual is different. Each and every student is different. Teacher's role to understand each and every student, establish a good rapport with them. First of all, our job is to feel them comfortable in the class, so they can listen to the teacher, understand the concept, because understanding the concept, understanding the subject thoroughly.
This is the most important feature of student active learning or student centered learning. You are right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go to Sangeeta. Thank you, Agwala. Thank you for your speech.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, please tell me.
It was a great learning, and of course, few points like you said, sell it. So I always consider my students as my client.
Yeah.
I look at from the perspective of management. So we are simply manager, and no doubt they know everything. Everything is on the touch of finger. We only need to guide them.
Sure.
So
Thank you.
I like that best concept, sell it. That was the best part which I like.
Yeah, and we can sell our course in the first class. First class, you need to be a good seller.
Yeah, sir.
Otherwise, you will lose your students interesting in your class.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. You added a lot. Thank you. Okay, let's listen to Khalid.
Dr. Sultan, can I ask you a question?
Please go ahead.
Concerning the post that you said college teaching. Can you explain it again, please?
What?
College teaching.
I talked about college and university teaching. What is connected with people that it's even the name they're calling the teachers in the colleges and universities lecturer. What do you mean by lecturer? The lecturer comes, stand on a stage and deliver the speech. This is what I mean. And this shouldn't be the case even in the colleges. Shouldn't be the case when you are teaching a language, even with the other subjects. This is what I mean.
You mean even teaching at universities, or you mean?
I mean even teaching at universities shouldn't be lecturing. We should.
Yeah.
This is
now
what
I got
what I
the
mean.
point. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for your question. Do we have people who are still Afia Rajan? Rajan Brasi.
Rajan, could you please open your mic and ask your question? Okay, guys, no worries. I think that we are going to share everything.
Doctor, I want to ask you a question, please.
Go ahead.
You have just showed to us Bloom's taxonomy about the aims of the lesson. How can the teacher change? How can the teacher changes? You know that. Bloom's aims, remembering, understanding, applying, and so on. And we go to the top, which we call it creative thinking. What can I do if most of the students are low achievers? This is my question.
If the students low achievers, start with the lower thing. Start with the recalling knowledge. Start with the.
So we put steps.
Yeah. You need to
put steps according to this ladders about Bloom's taxonomy.
Sure. That's why we say that the first class, the first meeting with your students matters a lot, because you need as you are preparing a study about your students. So when you meet them, then you start looking how can you begin your course. It depends on your level of your students. So, example, you cannot go to the top one, which is evaluation or analysis, right from the beginning. If you have, example, low achievers or low achiever students in your class.
Okay, guys, those who ask about the recording, the e-certificate, the PowerPoint, we will email everything for you after you fill the form, attendance and feedback form. I already shared for five times in the chat box. Please, you need to fill it, and then we'll email everything. There's no need to write your email in the chat box. Please fill the form, and then we'll get your email. We'll send everything for you: e-certificate, the PowerPoint, even the recording. We still have time. If you have questions for Dr. Sultan, he can receive 2 questions. Also, please.
Can I ask a question, please?
Yeah,
go
sure.
ahead. Go ahead.
Sure.
Okay, I'd like to thank Dr. Sultan for this wonderful webinar and this wonderful information. We really benefit from you so much. And my question is, how can I deal with my students' lack of motivation to learn?
Okay, as we said before, in order to deal with your students' lack of motivation, you need first to find the reason why they are dismotivated. Do they have personal difficulties? Is it because of the course? Is it because of the style of teaching? Is it because of the colleague or the school system? So after that, you can plan how to deal with how to motivate them. But before that, you need to know the reason. You need to speak with your students. As we said, get to know them. Get to know your students. Ask them about their interests, their hobbies, what do they want, how do they want to study. If you get these answers, then you can build on that and prepare your classes. Prepare for your classes.
Thanks, Dr. Sultan.
Okay, I hope that
May I raise my question, a small question? Okay. Now I think that we have over 200 participants in this online workshop, and I can see only maybe a few, maybe 15 that can share, participate or be active through speaking or through writing in the chat box. So how can you engage the other? What about the others?
Yeah, maybe you are referring that I have failed in engaging the participants in my presentation. Why? No, let me complete. While I'm talking about applying student-centered learning. I mean, maybe because of it's online, maybe a lot of people, if 155 try to participate, that will cause a chaos.
You already asked me to use breakout rooms. You want them to work, but you
know. Faisal, I thought the presentation is for my colleagues here in the college. I thought that I'm gonna have 40 participants, not 155.
It's over 200, guy.
Oh, okay. So it's difficult. And I have 40 minutes. How to do that? It's difficult.
Mr. Faisal, I have a question, please, for Mr. Faisal this time. Sorry for interruption.
Okay, good.
How can we attend and know about upcoming webinars in the future?
Okay, usually we'll try to invite people through emails, through publishing in college or university social media sites like Twitter, even on the homepage, and myself share to my Facebook, my Twitter, my LinkedIn, everywhere. But usually I share with supervisors of English here. So if you are from Oman, but those from outside, I use my own way through my.
Yes, I'm a teacher here in Oman, so please.
So you get information. You get information from your supervisor.
To my email, please.
No, okay. I will contact the supervisor, and then by his turn, he will inform.
Or ask him to send his email. Send your email through the chat box, and you will get.
If he filled the form, so we'll have his email. Everyone.
Okay, please. It's easy. It's easy.
I have one small question, sir.
Can we say this is the last question, Faisal?
Yeah, of course, because I have class now. I'm running. I'm running now. I'm running, guys.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes, sir. If a student is a slow learner, or he or she has autism or something, mentally, like the child is not normal. So how can the teacher identify that and try to help the student?
So these students are, we can't call them slow learners. We call them special educational needs students, and usually this should be done at the beginning of the year, of the semester. Usually here, for example, I'm telling you about our experience here in the college. Usually we have a coordinator for special educational needs students, and we ask teachers to identify students with special needs, and then we set a plan to deal with these students. One plan cannot work with everybody because everybody has a needs. Example, as you said, we have autistic students, we have dyslexic students, we have ADHD students. So different plans should be set for the different
I think
needs.
You need to give us a promise. You will do another presentation on special needs of students.
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. I'll do.
It's really helpful, inshallah.
Okay, keep this promise. Okay. Guys, we'd like to say a big thank you to Dr. Sultan. And please, I share the feedback and pin this link in the chat box. Please, you need to fill it, and just give us 6 business days. We'll email everything: the e-certificate, the PowerPoint, and the recording. And please, now we'd like to clap to Dr. Sultan.
Thank you, Faisal. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Have a nice day.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Clap, please. Clap to Dr. Sultan.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, everyone.